Hello. Wait. Oh, that's awful. Oh no. Oh no. Better? Okay. Oh no, that's okay. Better. So, well, no, go back. Okay. So, I just got off of my therapy appointment with my therapist, which was at 11. It is currently 11:38 now. Hopefully, oh my gosh. Hopefully my like you can hear me. I know it's probably horrendous audio to be honest, but I like the fit. She's cute. Um and the conversation was basically a lot of me being super confused about where I'm headed in life. What is my career specific path? Where am I headed? I feel like I don't have a clear specific goal that I am attaining and everything like that, you know. And so that's where I'm at. And she was like, "Girl, slow down. Like you're young." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like time is moving. Time is of the essence, you know." And yeah, she was like, "No, you like you just you have to explore. That's what you gotta do because in 15 years, you're gonna be like you're gonna look back and be like, I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have done this and this and this." So now is the time. And you know what? She's so right. And I think that's also why I'm applying to where I'm applying. Like, sign me up. Sign me up for Sephora, Kohl's, AMC. Like, I want to experience it all. You know, like I want to do retail. I want to do that. I want to do all these things. I want to be able to get, you know, to my futures, to the future and be like, hey, like I actually had experience in this and that was really fun. Like, let me chase after my desires. Actually, you know, let me go do that. Um, that AMC working at a theater thing that I always wanted to do. You know, um, and yeah, I think that'll be super fun, super chill. Um, I don't know. I know this is probably super awful audio, and I wish that was not the case. I hope. Oh my gosh, I hope it's at least okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, oh yeah, um, yeah, we're. I think that's exactly what I have to do. I have to change my mindset too and be like, you know what? How exciting! How exciting is it that I get um to explore so many different things and live and try and just figure it out and just see like it's be all of these different versions of myself in these different spaces like AMC student like the fact that I get to work with students honestly I love it so much and I'm so grateful that I get to experience that at this version in this version of myself because I don't think that I would have held the same gratitude for it if I had done it 2, 3 a year ago, you know? I think it's so much different now, and I'm learning a lot about myself, about these students, about how to work with other people, and I think that's so exciting. And I think, and that's the point of life. That's the point. That is the point. I should be excited to learn about myself and about life and explore all of these things. And I think that's the point. Is that not the point of life? To feel it all, to be it all. Like I think I think that in itself is so beautiful. And like when people ask like what wakes you up every day? That. I think the fact that I get to be human for the first time. I get to be this version of myself for the first time, and I get to see what she does and explore her, and just explore life as it is, you know. And I think that is beautiful in itself. And it's so interesting how for such a long time I was so obsessed, and I still am. I think it's so intriguing, so fascinating to talk to people about what they believe their purpose, the purpose of life is, and like what wakes them up every day. And I think that that be having been able to explore that specifically last quarter, or my last quarter at UCLA, was important, I think. And despite the fact that my time at UCLA was not as phenomenal as I would have loved it to be, and as career enriching as I would have appreciated it to be, I think that what happened there needed to happen. I had to be there. I had to feel what I felt. I had to just be what I was and experience what I did. And I think that in itself is so beautiful to look back on, and to be able to see this version of myself, and even like look at myself a year ago. Like, it's so insane. And to see the person that went into UCLA versus the person that came out, and the person that sits right here who is working with students, absolutely insane. And I think, yeah, I think it might, I'm gonna have to get over the hurdle of, you know what, these people didn't support me in the ways that I was, I guess, used to being supported. You know, I grew up, and the reason why I wanted to do art, the reason why I wanted to be an artist, was because I I had these teachers, and I had people who believed in me when I was much younger, when I was in elementary school, when I was in middle school. You know, I had teachers in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, who allowed me to showcase myself creatively, and just share with them who I was in that world, you know? And the fact that they didn't inhibit me at all is such a beautiful thing. And the fact that I continued on with that is such a beautiful thing too. And I think that that's why teachers are so important. That's why your educators are so important, because you have, if you don't, like, honestly, make or break it. They make it or break it. Like, unfortunately and fortunately, that's true. And I feel like if I didn't have that support when I was younger at that age, girl, I don't even know what I'd be doing. I don't know. But my heart probably would not be so in awe of art, and so much gravitate towards that area of life so much, you know? So I'm really glad that I at least have that foundation of support, that, like, knowing that I can look back at my time there and think, yeah, you know what, I was actually super supportive. Like, I had these people loved me, you know, and even if they don't remember me now, like, I remember them, and I adore and appreciate them so much. That doesn't that's never, like, I don't think that's ever going to be overpowered by something like UCLA, you know, because UCLA was different. Like, yeah, I was much older, and it's just so frustrating that I assumed that I was gonna be given the opportunity to do all of these things, and the fact that I wasn't is absolutely insane. And it's it's absurd. It really is, because I should have been allowed in that program. I should have been allowed to take those classes. I should have been allowed to do these things. And yeah, some people would argue, well, you could have just, like, found a way. And yeah, that's so true. I could have taken the class, and then da da da, you know? You could have also just accepted me, and I could have done the thing, and I could have been great. But no. So that's where I'm at. That's what happened. I don't What else do you say? What else do I say? You know? But I think that, well, I'm not applying to schools. I'm not applying to grad school this next round. That was a goal, that was a plan, but eventually, like, it hasn't even been a year of me not being an intense, like, in such an intense environment. And I think that it's important that I allow myself to rest and explore and do these different jobs before I apply somewhere. And I honestly think that it would, I honestly think that it'll be great. And when I'm, when I decide to go back to school, like, I will be so rejuvenated and so excited and so passionate about the work that I'm going to be doing. And even thinking about that version of myself is so exciting, you know. I'm sure that my past versions were excited about, in a way, excited about this version, you know. Um, but yeah, I just, that's where I'm at in terms of career, life, arts, work. Um, yeah, I could go into other things that have been happening. Like, I've been talking to a new person in life, and they're very cool, and who knows what will happen with that, to be honest. But I'm sure that I will be able to get through it. If it's painful, if it hurts, if it ends up being really bad, then I know that I'll be able to get through it. I've gone through things I can handle. She'll handle. My future self, she's got it. But if it ends up being something really beautiful, gosh, future me should be excited and should be really happy. And yeah, feel at peace about life. And that's always what I'm striving for. So, yeah, peace and uh, excitement, right? But who also doesn't love stability? So hopefully that all of those things play together in some way, some form. But yeah, I've been really enjoying working with students and seeing them, and I get so excited. It doesn't feel nerve wracking. It doesn't feel like how I used to feel when I would. Oh my gosh, I'm chewing gum and I almost swallowed. I almost swallowed it. Um, it just doesn't feel how it used to feel when I obviously would wake up for school, and I like, it just felt so daunting to me, you know. Now it feels super exciting. I feel calm, you know, and it's been really nice. It has been for my nervous system to have this break and to have something better than I used to is really really nice, you know. I just, I hope it continues, and I also don't know if it's because I'm not in school anymore that I've been able to fix my nervous system, or if it's because I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, what was the root of my suffering, you know? um yeah, well, that's where I'm at with that. And I think that I just have to keep going and exploring and allowing myself to be excited about this chapter in my life. Post grad. That's where we're at. She is a post grad baddie. That's who I am. That's what she's trying to be. Um yeah. And hopefully it all works well. Um I watched the game yesterday, last night. Dodgers. Come on, come on. If you're a Dodger fan, as you should be, yeah. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for them. But anyway, I think that's it for me. I don't think I'm gonna talk anything else about anything else. But yeah, I think I'll be okay. I just have to remind myself of all of that, and then it's supposed to be exciting. And it will be. She will. I will. So, yes. I don't know who's watching this. I'm just gonna post it. I feel like I wasn't gonna post it. I was just gonna do this for me because this is what I do. But now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if the audio sounds good, then I'll do that. And if it doesn't, if it sounds awful, oh my gosh, I probably won't. Maybe I still will. Some people like awful quality videos. You're welcome. But but yeah. So, mwah. um, have an amazing day, an amazing life. Actually, I think I might continue doing this. To be honest, I like it. I like it. Blessings to all of you, beautiful humans. Okay. Mwah. Bye.